Well, I wanted to talk about these Sativian knives. They're interesting. I mean, I got mine on Amazon. They're $26 shooters, and I was interested in them when they came out in G10, okay? And these are now in micarta. This is the 109, okay? They say it's in D2. Deep carry pocket clip, right hand only. This is the 110. And you can get them in green micarta, this, or, check it out. You got options. Deep carry pocket clip, open design. The liners show they're not nested. Okay, sword fight. Okay, and dual or ambidextrous thumb studs, and check them out. They're kind of not badly done here. I mean, we're talking $26.99, whatever the hell. So Amazon, right? And yeah, Amazon. Oh, black or green, $26.99. And then what's this? This is the 110, and you can get it in black or brown. I like me a black and tan. I'll take a black and tan. Right here, 6 left in stock. Oh my God, you have run out. And then, the next page, it'll tell you about the dimensions and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, I just thought this is kind of cool, and I can't remember who it was. I should write that down, shouldn't I? Who it was that kind of brought my attention to them. There's all kinds of new brands that are on there, and then you can go, I think, on AliExpress and find these as well. But yeah, I mean, these came real quick though, because they were in a US stock. So it's not like I ordered it on Amazon and had to wait 5 weeks or whatever for delivery. Note here that this is satin grind, right? I mean, stone wash up here, but the satin grind, where this is stone washed all the way through. And these are like this. I mean, right? Like a, axis lock, piston lock, whatever. So I thought that was interesting too. Flat grind, got a swedge down here, pretty hefty tip on there. And, I have a couple G10 ones, and I've got about 4 others in boxes in here, but I didn't want to clutter up the table with everything and pull attention away. But I sent in 2 of the Sativian in G10 knives that say they're D2, right? And I got them back, and they are D2. And I'm going to pull that out on, I've already posted batch 40 test results. Batch 41 will be coming out, and we will have those PMI scan results for you to view that will give you an actual picture of the analyzer and the elements, so you will know that it's real D2. But it is real D2. And that's all I know. I don't know how the heat treat was done. I don't know cutting performance. I don't know a lot of things. I don't know a lot of things. Just ask my wife. But I do know it's really D2, so they're not lying about the steel. I do know another thing, that they are really inexpensive. I mean, they're Ganzo knife price. In fact, the last Ganzo I got, the FH922, was $30. These are $26.99. So they're actually less expensive, real D2, and micarta, and, contoured. I mean, really good looking. You can see that they look similar, don't they? This swedge runs further down. This one, not so much. Satin grind, tumbled here, stone wash. But I mean, the pivots, the hardware, all that stuff, pocket clips, all look the same. Now, you look at the handles, they're different, aren't they? So this one, I mean, I just thought they took same knives and just changed them up a little. But, all the knives out on the marketplace are all knives with handles and blades, and they just change them up a little, don't they? I mean, it's called the different design. So it is technically a different design here. All this scalloping here, no. Bolster rolls different here than it does here. This is different here than it is here. And the back, just like there's a lot of little subtle differences. Here, you know, they've kind of contoured out of here. Here, they've done this little scalloping thing or whatever you want to call it. So they've changed it up. Well, let's put a tape to it. You know, how big are they? Well, if you didn't read the specs I just showed you, before I stick the blade through the end of the tape. Well, they're 3.5 inches all day long, and you could argue 3 3/4 back here to the end of that bolster at a minimum of, you know, 91 or 2 millimeters, 21.5 centimeters at close to 8.5 inches. That one is. Let's see if they're both the exact same size. I mean, they feel kind of full in the hand too. Okay, see? Yeah, 3 3/4 up to still a 3.6 something. And that's just the difference in the way that bolster juts out. And this is 8 1/4 at 21 centimeters. This is actually a little bit shorter than the green one, and maybe just because they let that handle kind of go a little bit longer. But, ooh, I mean, they have some heft to them and thickness to them. Let's put them on the scale first, and then we'll find out how fat the blade stock and all that stuff is. But, yeah, I mean, they're open designs. The standoffs look adequate. Look at it. That's centered, okay? Nothing there. Let's tuck it in and feel if we got any. No, I got no blade play here. I mean, well, now I can pull but a little bit, but I mean, I think that's the nature. You can see this is actually moving. I'm moving it a little bit. So I think that's the nature of that. I don't know. I mean, let me try this one. Still, yeah, I mean, I can get a little bit there because I'm moving this. So I don't know. I think my Benchmades are like that too. But check this out. That's centered. Come on, boys. Plug it in. Let's see what we got for weight. Grams, 122. Grams, pretty much 122. Crap. I got to get back around to ounces. Come on. There we go. 4.29 ounces. What was I doing? I think I slipped into another dimension. 4.3. So, yeah, I mean, that's not real heavy considering. I mean, where's my para? This one, 3.8 ounces, you know, 4.2 ounces. Pretty much the exact same size. And the green one might be just a tad longer overall because this is 8 1/4. So the brown one should be the exact same. The 110 should be the exact same as the Para 2. So they really, really close. Really, really close. Blade stock, because that was what we were gonna talk about. 0.12, 3.2 millimeters. I'm surprised. I thought the blade stock looked thicker than that. No, it's 3.2. Okay. Now, how fat is the fatty? And we got to get all the way out to the maximum. Okay. Ooh, 15 point. Yeah, 6/10. I told you it filled a hand up. Ooh, yeah, about the same. Yeah, 15.5 and about 6. If I can avoid the pocket clip and still, let me settle this up. That might be a little thicker, 0.62. That's at the highest high spot here, right in there. So, okay. But I mean, 6/10 of an inch, that's a bunch. I mean, This is 0.46. This is 0.60. So definitely, I mean, contoured, definitely more of a handful, a little bit heavier, not a whole lot. So I just thought, wow, that's fascinating. And, you know, they're stacked up and work like a piston lock does. Here, ergos are pretty good. I mean, they're not really doing anything here that should interfere with pretty good grip on here. No jimping up on top of the blade. Reverse grip's comfortable. Next. This is okay, but now they're starting to do things that will differentiate the grooves. So it's okay for me. It's okay. And you got a cutaway here. Let me see. I guess you got a cutaway on both of them. It's about the same. So that's good for sharpening, although, you know, it's taking away a little bit from cutting length. But, you know, pretty easy to operate here. Where's my, okay. There's my balance point on that one and on this one. Okay. Design flow looks pretty good. Blade to handle length, also really good. And yeah, blade to handle length's good and design flow's good. Interesting knives, you know, interesting knives. You might want to check them out. I've heard from a couple of guys that have bought the G10 models and really like them as well. So I guess we could take a peek inside. Let me see where we... Oh, we're spinning both sides. Let's see if they'll let you break it apart or not. I guess they did. And, that's plugged into that. Let me see what this is. Okay, this will come out without fussing. Okay. Yeah, it's always fun. And what do we got? Number 6s. So we've got one right here, a scale screw right here, and which means we're going to have to also pull the pocket clip, I believe. And I just want to take this much off to kind of look inside and see if it looks pretty much the exact same as most of the other piston locks look. And then you could look at other disassemblies I've done and you'll get the idea. Okay. What am I hung up on? Okay, nothing. Well, there's that side. Okay, yeah. So it's got the Omega spring, just like all the rest of them do. I mean, this is bench made, you know, kind of exact design, or it kind of exact, whatever. I mean, since their patent ran out. But I mean, any number of knives that I've had my hands on recently that have that kind of axis lock, piston lock deal, that's what it's all about. And it's not fun because when you take this off, you got to take the other scale, remove the other Omega spring from the other side to push this piston down and through, okay? And then you got it out. But then when you put it back together, you got to push that piston back through and up, and then you got to reattach these Omega springs. It's definitely more complex than just the standard fare, but okay. I mean, I was just interested in looking inside, kind of seeing what that's all about. I've done that before. Sometimes I get a little hung up on the axis lock knives because it can get a little bit complicated holding pieces and parts together, because you're not just working from one side and building on it, because you can't put this outer scale on until you push that piston through and get the omega spring hooked up on here. I mean, it's just, yeah, it gets, yeah, it's a bit more. And let's see, we got one screw here. But obviously it's not a flat spot on the pivot because I had to hold it from both sides. And obviously that's also the case on some other knives, unfortunately. So it's not like these people are all alone in that. Wow, these are some chunky screws, aren't they? These pocket screws? Wow. Well, they have to be kind of deep because these scales are deep. Okay, that went right down. So that, but they also look, you know, pretty thick and heavy. And we're back to, okay. We got any move? I got a little bit. I need to chunk it up here. All right, back together. And yeah, I mean, a little, you can do this a little bit, but you're moving this apparatus here. But once they're open, they're locked in, and I'm not getting any blade play either. And let me try this one. No, that's solid, okay? And it's solid that way too. It's just that you get a little bit of that, but I'll have to check my Benchmade knives and any other axis lock or piston lock knives to see if that's the case, because now I'm not sure. There they are, Sativian. At least they're testing to D2. They're interesting. They're inexpensive. They seem, you know, the fit and finish seems pretty good. They're pretty rugged as far as, you know, thick, filling the hand and all that kind of thing. So it might be something you want to check out, and they're on Amazon. To hell with it. I'm going to let you go. Yeah, we do. We love them knives, and you guys stay sharp.